Hello and welcome to the podcast of the Prison Officers Association, Britain's largest professional trade union for staff working in prisons and correctional centres, public and private mental health services trust providers and immigration services, with nearly 35,000 members. The union's Women's Networking event has become a firm part of the annual POA calendar. The most recent gathering took place in November. And in this episode, we'll hear from two members about their experience as first-time attendees. But we start off with the NEC's Jackie Marshall, who tells us all about the 2025 Women's event and what made it such a success. Jackie, you've been involved in all of the women's events that have been run by the POA. Just talk us through the kind of structure, how many people attended, how long it lasts for, and so on.
The workshops we normally have between 20 and 30 delegates there, which includes two from HMPPS, one from employee relations and one with a HR background. We've just run the fourth one. The first one that was run, the PPS staff said they could crawled under the table with things that they were hearing that was going on. So it was a bit shocking, but it also gave us ideas to move forward with on real life issues.
So we've now had four of these events. It's the range in terms of the branches sending women representatives to attend the events. Is that increasing? Is that widening as we go forward?
It is increasing, and unfortunately we have to say no to some people, with the hope that they'll apply again the next time. So we put the circular out because we don't just want branch officials on it, we just have POA members from across the whole estate.
Great. So therefore, gradually coverage is increasing, both in terms of the activity of members, from lay members up to branch reps, and also from Land's End up to the Scottish borders, I guess.
Yes, and to Northern Ireland, of course, because we've still got members out there. It's been really well received, I think. We're oversubscribed every year, and like I said, we have to say no to people, which is a bit sad. But big groups won't work in this sort of situation. We're better off staying to smaller groups.
Yeah, indeed. So for those who haven't been and are curious, what's the structure of the event? You gather these 20 or so people together, and what do you do with them?
Okay, so the first thing we agree are things like honesty. Confidentiality is a massive one for us. And we try and create a safe space for women. All the speakers are women, so we get speakers to address them. So this last one we had Sarah Chand, who's the AD for the West Midlands, but she's the lead for the prison service on menopause. We had Daniela Denzi-Brink, who's a UK leading expert on menopause. Jennifer Rademacher, who's just done the report for the prison service about harassment and bullying and everything else. She was really good. But we had Jean Rogers from Equity telling about her life on the big screen, really, with female issues that she occurred. She played Dolly in Emmerdale for quite a number of years. We had Karen Constantine. She joined us from Portugal on Teams. Karen's been trade unionist and counsellor and been involved in things all her working life. But one thing that Karen's doing is they're after an apology off the government for young girls that ended up pregnant and they were sent to these homes and the babies were taken off them. Karen was one of those, but luckily she managed to keep her baby. And she's involved in a campaign now just trying to get apology off the government from taking them babies.
That's a tremendous range of external speakers willing to give up their time and make the effort to participate in the POA women's event. Out of all those sessions, were there any that went particularly well, really struck a chord?
I think there's a big range, really, of what each individual delegate is after. I've had comments about Jean saying they found her really wonderful, the way she spoke and way things happened to her when she was on the screen, if she came onto a period and that, and saying to people she'd got to go off and do this, that and the other when they're trying to record. Daniela Denzi-Brink, there was comments about her, about people had learnt so much from her. Harjinder from Thompson's as well. She did the legal side of sexual harassment. And there was comments about all the speakers, really.
When you look back on the event that's just taken place, what kind of learning points are there? Things that you cropped up this time that you and others responsible for organising these events will look to take forward into future women's networking events?
We cover some stuff for the union as well, because we've just had an election for the National Executive Committee. There were 2 places on there, and there were 15 applicants, and all applicants were male. And a lot of our branch officials, there's lots more male than there are female. So we're after reasons why there aren't more females getting involved with the union as branch officials and that. Because obviously as a union rep, you do a lot of stuff in your own time. You know, there's a lot of mums involved in the prison service, but women are normally the main carers for people as well. So doing stuff in their own time can be a big problem for them if they've got enough going on as it is. So things like that we were looking at. We give them a massive folder full of lots and lots of information as well they can take away. We don't go through the folder during the workshop because it would just take too long. But the information's there if they want to find it.
If you looked at this group of 20 women, when they first came together and how they were and their levels of confidence or self-belief, and you compared it to how the same group was at the end of the event, what change, if any, did you notice in them?
Confidence, a lot of confidence really, because obviously we normally only have one from each, not all establishments, but we'll only allow one to come from each establishment. So when they get there, they don't know anybody. So we mix up and get on the tables and they really gel. Like the teams on the tables are really gel with each other and discuss different things when they're doing the tabletop exercises. So when
Yeah.
they first come, a lot of them are a bit apprehensive.
Mhm.
Of them are a bit apprehensive because they really don't know what's going to happen or what it involves. But by the time we go away, because it starts on a Tuesday lunchtime and runs till a Thursday lunchtime, we get people speaking out more and full of confidence and asking questions. But the way that we run it, it's very low key. It's not dead strict or anything like that. We say to people, if you want to go to the loo, just go. Doesn't matter if you need to answer your phone, answer it, but go outside. So it's not, we don't run it like a dictatorship from the top table as such. We run it really low key because that's when you're going to get people to open up more
Yeah.
when they feel comfortable.
So if women members are listening to this now and they think, gosh, this is something I really want to find out more about, I really want to get involved in, what can they do?
Wait for the circular for next year. We've got the Women's TUC conference coming up. We've had applicants for that. Circular went out and all our delegate seats are full with that. And when the circular comes out for next year, apply because we'll have a good time. Because in the evenings we play games as well because where the hotel is, there's nothing around without really a good walk or getting a taxi. So we do team building and fun games in the evening as well, and we fundraise. So each year we have a different charity. So this year we did Refuge, which is the biggest charity for domestic abuse for women. So as a group, bear in mind, there's only around 30 of us. We raised £340
Wow.
at the workshop. We've had a donation of £500 from the POA and a donation of £250 from the Prison Service Charity Fund. And for a small group, that's really good.
Jackie, the one more thing to point out about the women's event is it is backed by the employer. It is backed by HMPPS. Some people might think, oh, that's a bit strange, but it makes sense in the context of the issues that are being spoken about, doesn't it?
It does, because the department also want to know how women are feeling when they're at work, because we do have different issues working in a male-dominated environment. And since I first mentioned it to Francis Stewart, who's head of employee relations, he backed it straight away. And it was his suggestion that we had people from the department there to pick up issues so that they could see from themselves. And fair play to Francis, he organises facility time for the delegates to come so they don't have to take leave or anything, they come in works time. And he also pays all the travel and subsistence for them. He's arranged for that to be paid. So we pay for the event and he pays all the sort of on costs. I'm very grateful to Francis for the support that he gives us, because he does come right at the beginning as well and opens the workshop, officially opens it with Steve and Mark. So they are the only males that actually appear in the room.
Yeah.
And then when they've opened it, off they go, and we get stuck in then.
Jackie, thank you very much for giving us the inside track on the women's event, and we look forward to the next one. Jackie has given us the view of the event from the NEC, but how do women who were at the event feel about it? I had the opportunity to hear from two delegates, Patience from HMP Swaleside and Rhonda from HMP Whitemoor. I asked Patience how she first heard about the women's event.
Yeah, so I was going through my emails during one of my night shifts and I saw it and I told myself, wow, this is a nice opportunity to get myself involved, to meet a lot of women in the workplace because sometimes you feel like women are being left out in certain positions. So I saw a great opportunity to build my confidence as a woman and to take on new opportunities. So that's the main reason why I joined, and also to help other women like my caliber in my workplace.
That's all well and good, but did the event live up to or even exceed expectations? Here's Rhonda.
Oh, it's definitely exceeded my expectations. I've loved every minute of it. I knew it would be fantastic for networking and meeting wonderful women from all over the service, all over the different establishments, and getting to hear their different experiences. But the stories that we have shared and some of the speakers that have addressed us have just opened my eyes, opened my mind to so many of the possibilities of so many changes that we need to make and so much work that's already been done.
And Patience feels similarly.
I must say that it has exceeded my expectation. One, it has boosted my confidence. It has opened my eyes to a lot of opportunities. It has also given me opportunity to meet different people from different establishments. So networking is a very nice opportunity for me right now. So say if I'm going through anything in my establishment, it wouldn't be just me alone, but I've come to meet women whom I've built confidence in the past few days, and then I can reach out to. They've already opened their arms to me that if I need any help, I can come to them. So it has exceeded my expectation. I'm really grateful for POA for organizing this kind of event.
As we've heard, HMPPS, as the employer, supports the event in a number of very useful ways. Here's Dawn Orchard, a key member of the HMPPS employee relations team, on what she gets out of attending and what happens to the issues and points raised once delegates have gone back to their home establishments.
I've attended all the POA supporting women in the workplace workshops since they began. I was approached by the head of employee relations, who's my line manager, to attend the first workshop and present a session on the role of employee relations and my experiences as a female during my career. I have to admit, in all honesty, there was a degree of hesitation on my part due to not being sure what to expect and how being an official in a union event would be received. I have to say I ate my words. The workshops are inspiring, inclusive, and I learn at each one I've attended. Jackie and her POA colleagues put so much effort into the running of these, it's nothing short of impressive. Topics covered are hard-hitting and experiences shared by delegates are not easy to hear, but they are all delivered in a safe space for women to share what they have unfortunately experienced. Following the workshops, I work with policy leads and union colleagues in feeding back themes and any policy or practice issues that are raised. I meet regularly with Jackie and we review the key themed areas and what work is underway within these. If there isn't any, I'll facilitate a meeting for Jackie to meet with the relevant policy owner to update on where the work currently is and for Jackie to be able to feed back issues that have come out of the workshops. This year's workshop saw speakers from Jennifer Rademacher, Dolly Skilbeck, who's a former Emmerdale actress, and Diane Danzibar, who's a lead menopause specialist, all of whom had so much knowledge to impart. Delegates gained so much from their time given, and they were able to ask questions and receive some excellent advice to share with their branches on their return to work. A legal update on recent cases was also really interesting, and the solicitor who attended stayed for the evening to have time to speak to delegates.
In terms of the things that women can take away from the event and utilise back in their establishments, here's Rhonda again, followed by Patience.
That we're stronger together. Women standing together are a powerful force, and the ideas and everything that we've come up with in this room over these last few days, it's just the start of it. And I know that we can keep campaigning for change and actually make a real difference for other women that are in the places we work.
Change starts from you. So I'm not going to keep quiet again as a woman. I'm going to speak up because I met bold and confident women who are able to speak up, stand for themselves. So one thing that I'm taking from here is that change has to start from me, myself. So that's what I'm taking to my establishments.
If you're listening to this as a woman in the POA and you think you might apply for the next women's event, but you're not sure, Dawn, Patience and Rhonda all have reassuring and encouraging words for you. Patience first, followed by Dawn, and then Rhonda.
There is no time wasting. If you feel like you want to apply for it, go for it because you will never regret it.
To anyone thinking of applying for the workshop, my advice is to 100% do it. It's rewarding and you will learn so much. I certainly have at each one I've attended, and I watch delegates gain so much out of it over the course of the 3 days. I can only say a very big thank you to Jackie and POA colleagues, and keep doing exactly what you're doing because it is working.
I would say don't hesitate. Get your application in because it will absolutely change you in the best way, and you will meet so many wonderful people, and it will just give you inspiration and reinvigorate you to go back to your establishment absolutely buzzing with ideas and energy.
My thanks to Jackie, Patience, Rhonda and Dawn. And keep an eye on circulars issued from POA headquarters about this and other events aimed at increasing women's engagement in the union. Visit poa.org.uk to keep up to date on all union activities, or to sign up to the POA if you are not already a member. Thanks for listening. I hope you have enjoyed what you have heard and will join us for the next episode of the POA podcast. Thank you and goodbye.